Tiisin na lang po ninyo yung ingay dahil pag ganito pong oras, yan yung sa kapitbahay ng anak yung aso nila. Naririnig nyo? May nagpupukpok, maski linggo, pumapasok yung mga manggagawa diyan, no? At ewan ko. Okay, at you know what? This is very interesting. Alam nyo, noong taong 1973, merong isang well-known na pastor. Ang pangalan niya si Pastor David Wilkerson. Narinig na po ba ninyo siya? Siya po ay sumakabilang buhay noong 2011, no? So, meron na rin po siyang 15 years na nananahimik sa piling ng Panginoon. Pero alam po ba ninyo, nakakamangha kasi itong mga prophecies niya na sabi niya, according sa kanya, nakita niya sa vision noong April ng taong yon, 1973. At ito nga po, meron po itong 4 na punto, no? At bawat punto po, meron po siyang binigyan diin ng mga pangyayari. Umpisahan na po natin sa economic crisis and financial collapse. Okay. Ito talagang, yung financial collapse na yan way back 1973, mukhang malabo pa ito kasi medyo maganda pang economy ng Amerika noon. No? At ang economy din ng Pilipinas during that time ay talagang check na check sa kagandahan. So bibihira yung mag-iisip ng may financial collapse sa mundo. Okay, tingnan po natin yung mga yung mga vision niya. Okay, under economic crisis and financial collapse, tingnan natin yung point number 1 niya. Worldwide confusion. Total economic chaos will strike first in Europe. Ito yung hula po niya. Total economic chaos will strike first in Europe, then spread like a plague to Japan, America, Canada, and every nation. The US dollar will fall into deep trouble. All currencies will lose stability and trust. Economies and leaders will be baffled. They will have no answers, no solutions, and fear will grip the whole world. Wow. Okay. False boom first. Ewan ko ito. False boom first. Before the great crash, yung crash ng pera. Before the great crash, there will be a short, deceptive prosperity. People will say everything is great. Okay, economy is strong, but it is hollow. A bubble ready to burst. A bubble ready to burst. Yung bula na malapit ng pagpumutok, wala na. Right before the fall, the dollar will appear strong. Then a sudden crisis will shake the entire financial system. Number 3, magkakaroon daw ng recession of unprecedented scale. It will touch every wage earner, every family, every business. Millions will lose jobs, savings, security, cars, houses, prosperity. People will not be able to sell them, even at loss. Values will plummet. Small businesses will fail by the thousands. Banks and large industries will collapse. The auto industry and manufacturing will be hit hardest. Inflation will eat away everything you need, everything you have saved. It makes sense kasi ito, tignan nyo yung auto industry, bakit maapektuhan? I believe dito po sa Hormuz, dito po sa langis. Ano po? Tapos number 4, no safety anywhere. Ito, nahulaan niya ito noong 1973 sa panahon natin. No safety anywhere. Kumbaga, walang safe. Gold, silver, land, stocks, nothing will be a safe haven. Okay. Those who hoard money or goods will find it useless when panic strikes. O nag-ipon ka man ng pera o mga goods, wala rin pong kwenta lahat ng yan kapag dumating na po yung financial stress. Even nations holding huge reserves of Western currency will be ruined. Churches and ministries that trust in wealth instead of God will fold and close their doors. Churches and ministries that trust in wealth instead of God will fold and close their doors. Alam niyo, pagkatapos ng COVID-19, maraming mega churches nagsara na. Mahirap na magsalita. Number 5, New World Monetary System. Out of the chaos, leaders will demand one global currency, one economic system to fix the problem. They will trade freedom for security and give up national control to a central power. Yan. Government control. Alam naman natin yan. Mangyayari daw yung government control. Governments will seize power, regulate everything, and use the crisis to tighten control over people's lives. Alam na natin kung sino yan. Susunod, number 2, moral decay and flood filth. O magkakaroon doon ng media corruption, television, movies, music, books, they will become filled with filth. Yung masasamang salita, mga bastos, yung basta mga makamundong pelikula, punong-puno ng violence, punong-puno ng blasphemy. Programs will be conceived in hell. O susunod, okay, breakdown of family morals. Marriage will be mocked. May nakausap ako, hindi ako naniniwala sa kasal. Basta nagmamahalan, okay na raw. Ayan, nahulaan niya yan. Number 3, false religion and deception. There will be a great falling away. Preachers and churches will stop preaching sin, judgment, and repentance. Okay. They will teach positive thinking only. Ibig sabihin, hindi nila ipipreach ang cross. Basta, halika rito. Magkakasama tayo, magkakapatid tayong lahat sa Diyos. Mali po yun. They need Jesus. No? Ngayon, mangaral ka tungkol kay Jesus, lagot ka na. Pagtatawanan ka, blaspheme ka. No? Number 4, pollution and waste. The land, air, and water will be poisoned. Almost ganyan na po ang nangyari ngayon. Sobrang init po ng panahon. At yung weather po natin, hindi na po katulad ng dati. No? Ito po, tingnan nyo. Na under number 3, ito yung number 3, nature in upheaval, signs and disasters. O number 1, extreme weather, storms, hurricanes, floods. Pero tingnan natin, ito, meron po tayong drought ngayon. Nandito, heat waves and cold snaps unlike anything before. Ay, halimbawa, masyadong malamig ngayon, tapos mamaya iinit. Hindi na po pareho. Kaya meron tayong extreme weather. Number 2, magkakaroon ng maraming earthquakes. Although biblical po yan. Number 3, disease and sicknesses. New plagues. Ito po, may dumating na pandemya noong 2020, COVID-19. Ito na po siya nangyayari na. Number 4, supernatural signs. You might tell me, nasa Bible naman lahat yan. Pero nagkaroon siya ng vision tungkol dito. Way back 1973. Okay. Strange light. Ito, so may supernatural signs. Strange lights in the sky. Ito yung Project Bluebeam na ginagawa ngayon. No? Unusual events. Things that science cannot explain. Ito na po yung ginagawa nila ngayon, yung UFO. Kasama po yan sa supernatural signs. Nahulaan din po ito ni David Wilkerson. Okay? O panghuli. Okay, panghuli. Persecution of believers. Okay. Unang-una, pag believer ka sa panahon na ito, you will be hated. Dahil pag kinokorek mo sila sa kanilang maling mindset, ikaw pang masama. Yung masama ngayon nagiging mabuti. Okay? At yung mabuti, pinapaging masama. At nakakatakot yan. Meron din mga legal attacks. Pwede kang idemanda pag nangaral ka ng ebanghelyo. Pag nangaral ka ng ebanghelyo, ikaw pang masama. Ikaw pang lalabas na, paalalabasin ka sa isang gathering o ganyan. No? Tapos magkakaroon daw ng false unity and world church. Ito na po yung one world religion na nakita natin last week na ginawa ni Pope Leo. I'm not saying na siya yung false prophet, pero ano bang ginawa niya? Marami siyang mga sinamahang mga denominations na sabi niya, in order para magkaroon ng peace, kalimutan na muna ang faith ng iba, okay, o kailangan magkaisa tayo, huwag tayo magkanya-kanya, kailangan magkaisa tayo. Abay, kung ganun po, paano naman yung ginawa ni Christ sa cross? Okay, at meron siyang bilin sa atin, stand firm. Dahil many will fall away. Yan, nahulaan niya. Many will fall away ashamed of Jesus, afraid of persecution. But God says, do not fear them. Do not deny me. He who endures to the end shall be saved. Okay? Your faith will be tested like gold in fire, but those who stand will shine brighter than ever. Okay? I believe parang na po ito sa mga tribulation saints kasi mararapture na po tayo. Wala siyang binanggit dito tungkol sa rapture. I don't know kung naniniwala siya sa rapture. Pero yung stand firm na ito, I believe, para dun sa mga maiiwan sa rapture na magiging tribulation saints. May pagbabago po kasi tayo, pre-tribulationist tayo talaga. Yun lang po. At nakakabilib po, nakakabless dahil 1973 pa po itong message niyang ito. Pero nung katuparan po ngayon, this is viral. Kung gusto nyo mas further, panoorin nyo po sa YouTube. Salamat and God bless po.